Yeah, so I mean, which is a cool. Cole Cabana was formerly a friend of CM Punk.
Yeah,
They wrestled
he was
together for a
Scotty
good while.
Goldman. He was Scotty Goldman in like in 06 to 08, I think.
Right. Well, folks, this is Sports Entertainment Tonight once again. It's October 1st. I'm reading the screen here. And if you'd like to call in, our number is 366-8950.
Yep.
So holler at your boys.
Yep.
So right now, we're not really seeing very much of the champion of WWE, Brock Lesnar. Why do you think that is, Mark?
Maybe he's hurt or something's going with the contract or...
Okay, well, I guess the bigger question is, what do you think they're going to do without Brock Lesnar? It appears that he might take this next pay-per-view off at Hell in the Cell. So what do we have as a main event? It looks like we've got John Cena, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Kane. Really all the authority going against Cena and Ambrose. So what do you think WWE is going to do with that? It's really unclear.
Six-man tag and they're like...
Do we just throw them all in a cell or something and say, hey, give us a good main event?
Tag team cell match, it's like, don't make any sense, but just do it. Because, the storyline's all messed up. Roman Reigns is hurt, and...
Well, and as our main event for Raw, we did see Dean Ambrose and John Cena teaming up to go against The Authority and Kane and Randy Orton. Which, of course, just a quick SmackDown spoiler for you, we have the same exact thing as the main event of SmackDown. So if you want to see a repeat of what happened, possibly a different twist to the ending, but ultimately you're going to see that same exact match that you saw on Raw on SmackDown. So it is what it is. They got to keep the storyline moving.
And I guess they think people have like 15-minute attention span.
Well, that's true. And I mean, so do you think that the WWE is stalling right now?
Yeah. And they had like rumors that they're gonna change their storylines and it'll be more up to par, but I don't see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, I do kind of see it. They had a bet. Oh, okay, so we've got a call.
That's our Billy. Thanks for calling in, Billy.
Let's see here, Mr. Billy.
How's it going?
Hey guys. Just turned off the TV and I see you guys flip sides. I'm like totally freaking out, man. I'm so used to the other way. Why y'all flip like that?
Yes, sir. This is Billy Boudreaux from Mid-South Extreme Wrestling and Gulf Coast Wrestling, folks, if you haven't heard. Last week, we had a good conversation with Mr. Billy, and we welcome you back, Mr. Billy. How are you?
One of the best commentators.
Yes, I'm doing just fine. Unique Monday Night Raw this week, guys, wouldn't you say?
I actually enjoyed Monday Night Raw compared to the last few weeks. So I was entertained to say the least. I thought they had a decent opening to the night. I also enjoyed pretty much all throughout the night. I enjoyed the Intercontinental title match, although I should have I thought it should have main evented Raw, but that's a different topic for a different time.
Yeah. Well, definitely. But one thing I really couldn't stomach was the fact that there were 3 Divas matches on one show. Now, I said earlier today on my YouTube channel that 1 Divas match I can tolerate. 2, maybe. 3 on one show, I think it's just inexcusable. And especially the very first one. What was the point of Layla and Rosa Mendez? And Tyson Kidd out there, you just look like a freaking fool. I mean, it was
they accomplished 2 things by that segment, Mr. Billy. They, number 1, pushed Total Divas, which is what they're trying to do right now. That is the sole purpose for at least 2 of our Diva matches, is just to push their program. The Tyson Kidd thing, I think they are trying to bring him back in the fold and use the NXT storyline that they've been doing where he's Natty's husband and they have marital problems, which is also comes from the Total Diva show. I don't watch the show live. I watch the ones on WWE Network, which are they're in like season 3 and I've only seen season 1. So, and also I think the reason that these matches are so terrible is because they're only given about 2 minutes per match, and it's really hard to have a good match in 2 minutes.
How do you have a match with this for 2 minutes? It's like, okay, y'all gotta go and do an entrance, then you have a match with this for 2 minutes. It's kind of like really hard, Even if even if the guys couldn't do it. I don't think.
Well,
the Divas
Mr.
could
Billy,
do it.
you're a wrestling guy, so let's fix this Divas division real quick. What can we do to possibly make our Divas division a little bit better?
From what I've seen so far, call up the NXT Divas. Call up the Charlottes.
Yeah.
Call up the Baileys. Call up the Alexa Bliss. Because
I'm a
I've
big
seen
fan
that
of
they
her
are
as well.
very talented. Paige is another example of being from NXT and not only being beautiful, but actually having actual
Becky
in-ring
Lynch, too.
ability. You know, you don't want the little blondes that, you know, only have the look, but they run around all dainty saying, oh, I broke a nail, we need a stunt to match. No, that's not what you need. You need actual good in-ring ability as well as the look. And if they have both, like Paige does, like Bayley does, like Alexa Bliss does, then I believe, in my personal opinion, the Divas division can only improve. We've lost a lot of great Divas who actually had great in-ring ability.
Sure. Well, a lot of them kind of got tired of putting up with the Total Divas crap, and, you know, Caitlyn being one of them.
Putting over like the pretty ones that don't have ring skills, they're just there because they're pretty. They kind of was like getting mad about that, you know.
Well, and I'm a big fan of AJ even, but how believable is it that AJ, who's all of maybe 110 pounds, can go and actually beat some of these, you know, beastly women, kind of like Tamina Snuka, you know, for instance, you know, or Natalia.
No, I'm putting over the fact that, you know, she's got that crazy side to her. Like she can do anything, snap at any time, and just come at you. So I think they're trying to counterbalance her size factor with that kind of an attitude, giving her that crazy, insane type of a mentality. Like she can strike at any moment. It doesn't matter how small she is, she can just strike at you, and the Lord knows what she would do to you.
Well, what's your opinion on the amount of time that they're given for their matches? Are they just trying to fit too many Divas matches? Should they cut the Divas matches down, possibly, so we can have a longer Divas match? Because I think that's why the NXT matches are better, because the Divas actually get at least 5 minutes for a match.
Yeah.
Well, I think another thing that's attributed to that fact is the fact that the NXT Divas actually have talent, and they're willing to showcase that talent. WWE, with some of their other divas, like a Rosa Mendez, like a Layla, like a Summer Rae, actually have, I hate to say it, but mediocre talent. And when you have mediocre talent, you're not one to kind of showcase the fact that they flat out suck.
This is true. This is true.
Or even Marie, you know, I don't know.
Even Marie's just got it going for her that she's really hot, you know, and she's got fiery red hair.
And
so
she got really mad when somebody from New Orleans at the WrestleMania said she couldn't wrestle, and she took that to heart, you know.
Yeah, oh well. So can I get your opinion, Billy, of what do you think of the bunny angle? Because we have a bunch of bunny haters out there. And,
Jim Ross is one. Good old JR.
Good old JR.
There's so many speculations as to who the bunny really is.
Which we even talked about last week.
Messaging me on my Facebook page saying, wouldn't it be cool if it was CM Punk that came out of the bunny suit in Chicago? I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think there might even be a bunny fill-in. You know, I think they've got Sami Zayn playing the bunny right now.
I think it's like different people. Like I think it was like Justin Gabriel one time, maybe Darren Young.
But I think they're going to reveal Darren Young eventually. At least that's what a lot of people think.
He's going to feud with Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, which of course they used to be former tag team partners, but
I
don't know. I was wondering if they were going to repackage Darren Young, being that he is the first openly gay superstar for WWE. I mean, do you think that the WWE is going to do anything with Darren Young concerning that?
Well, right now, from what I understand, Darren Young right now is actually out injured.
Sure.
That's why we haven't seen him on TV as of late.
But that was back in February that he got hurt.
To repackage him. I know there are some videos that are starting to surface of repackaging a return of Darren Young. I haven't actually had a chance to see any of that yet, but it's definitely worth looking into if they can actually tap into something and then actually pull out a good character to Darren Young. Should I believe that this should affect his career? No. I mean, the person's sexuality is their sexuality. You really can't do anything with that. It's what he can do on TV. Can he perform?
Right, which we saw a big lack of charisma from Darren Young before.
Then more power to him. If he can't, then he shouldn't be there.
Right, and I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen that kind of lack of charisma from
Yeah.
Darren Young before. But, we'll see if he's repackaged with a gimmick, and, some people live off of their gimmick, but, it is what it is. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is transferring from NXT to the big leagues, okay? They've kind of had some trouble kind of putting over some of the NXT talent, such as Bo Dallas, Adam Rose. And really, I mean, what were hot gimmicks in NXT in a very small, intimate crowd aren't really getting over as quickly as the WWE would like them, at least, in the main crowds. What do you think of that, Billy? What do you think about trying to transition from independent wrestling to the big leagues? What is the major difference?
Well, the major difference is, for one thing, it's a much bigger audience. It's a much bigger crowd. With the NXT crowd, they're familiar with the gimmicks. They're used to the guys. They've seen it time in and time out. They've seen what Adam Rose's gimmick is. With the Exotic Express. I doubt if they've seen anything about the Bunny, but anyway, that's another story for another time.
Sure.
But they're just so used to the way the gimmicks are in NXT because they're at one set location. The people are very familiar with the gimmicks, and that's how they're able to get over as quickly as they are. With going to the main big pictures like the Raws and the SmackDown, you have a more diversified crowd. You have a much bigger audience who really haven't seen too much of NXT.
Right, and it almost takes your second go round before you can get over in a town.
Network just last week, and I tried to watch it main event last night on my laptop. I didn't think it was laggy as well. I'm not going to say it on the air, but you kind of get what I'm saying.
Sure.
But with a more diversified crowds on Raw and SmackDown, I think it would take more time for their gimmicks to get over as well as they did on NXT.
Okay, and that's a great answer, and I agree with you 100% on that. Okay, let's talk about the Susan B. Cumin. Komen, is that how you pronounce it? Who knows?
Yeah, Komen.
Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing for wrestling? I'm sure they got the people out there that might say, "Oh, we don't need pink ropes and pink shirts," but football does it, right?
We love it,
Yeah,
I personally think it's a great thing.
It's a great charity. WWE has done a lot of great work with them, and I really don't see any downsides, or anything negative about them working with them again for a third year. I mean, they raised a lot of money to help the breast cancer research, and it is a good cause, so I really don't see anything wrong with that.
I personally agree, and even everybody, the heels or baby faces, they're all sporting the gear, and it's for a good cause, so remember, folks,
I love the t-shirt
this
that
is
says
sports
Conquer,
entertainment,
Conquer.
not sports. Okay?
Conquer and Cure.
Yeah, so let's get to the next topic. Big Show and the WWE having to apologize to Russia for Big Show's actions. Do you think that Big Show, it was planned for him to pull the flag down? Or
100%. 100% it was planned. A lot of people saying, that is legit. From what I gathered and from my take on it is, this is a work by WWE to work over the angle between Big Show and Rusev and Lana. Hands down. I mean, we've seen Rusev and Lana disrespect the American flag time in and time out on WWE, and then they turn the tables on it to, put Big Show.
Hey, but that's Barack Obama's America, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's a different show.
That's pretty much my take on it. I think it's actually a work. WWE is just, they say they issued an apology. But and like I said, it's all for show, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure they didn't mean to really disrespect any of the Russian fans out there that watch it in the United States.
At least it's not like
it was more along the lines to put over the storyline.
It's kind of like they didn't do that, like what Shawn Michaels did in the Attitude Era, putting his nose with the Canadian flag,
Well, I think my personal opinion is, didn't the WWE Network just make it over to Russia? They're probably just trying to sell some subscriptions, $9.99 francs or whatever they have over in, what is their currency in Russia? Do you know? I don't know. Yeah, nobody cares. All right. Yeah, so we've got a pretty decent Raw. I'm starting to see kind of a turn in the storylines in that we get a little bit of backstory. Just all you got to do is a 30-second backstage segment as a backstory to a match, and it helps so much. It adds so much to the match. It helps when the commentators are actually talking about the match and not plugging some crap that the company's trying to sell you, or Georgia Florida Line or whatever that is. So let's talk about your wrestling promotions a little bit, Billy.
Before we do that, I just got to ask you guys one question, and I'm surprised that you haven't talked about this yet. Is that Wyatt family vignette that was on Monday Night Raw?
That was on our list, too.
Yeah, that was on our list. We're just going to talk about it. Yeah, like, we're talking like they said Harper's going to get a push.
Yeah,
So-
that's what it appears to be.
They
That's
said
what
Bray
it
Wyatt can
looks
become
like
a
it's going. You know what?
babyface.
No, I said from the onset of the Wyatt family gimmick that Luke Harper was really the shining star
He kinda
of the
is.
Wyatt family gimmick, and why not give him the push? Why not give him the chance to go on his own and see what he can do?
Surely. And does that mean that Bray Wyatt goes a little bit, takes a back seat, really? You know, because he's setting him free. And what happens with Eric Rowan now? You know, is he a bottom feeder? Is he a jobber now? I mean, because he was kind of the jobber for their tag team. He took most of the pinfalls.
Yeah.
So, that should be very interesting. I mean, I really like
I think they should have stayed a
vignettes that
tag
they
team
did.
because they really were a good tag team, and the tag team division needs kind of good tag team people instead of like they just have like 5 or 6 good tag teams. I think they should have stayed the tag team for a little while, but WWE they want to do something different. You know, when Vince McMahon has his ideas, he wants to do it, and you can't change his mind.
Well, that's one good thing that the WWE, I guess, is doing right now is we're kind of in the dark right now. We don't know what the card is going to be for Hell in a Cell, and that's the reason for us to tune in. It's like, what's going to happen next, you know? And that's good TV. That makes for good TV when you don't know what's going to happen. So.
Like I said, Bill, like I heard like a rumor they want to do the Bella Twins and the a Hell in a Cell match. I don't know how in the world they're going to do that. With good-looking girls that...
So long as they don't do a promo before it.
Yeah. Like, what are they going to do? Like, some spots, like, why they want to do that? Because, you know, they're going to go... I don't get it.
Yeah, well, do you have any other WWE questions? Because otherwise we can get on and let's talk about Mid-South Extreme and Gulf Coast Wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to know a little more. I mean, I liked the page on Facebook. I looked for it online.
Yeah.
And, saw a little bit of the background. But, why don't you tell us a little more about that, Billy?
Yeah.
Well, the Mid-South Extreme and Gulf Coast Wrestling is all about putting over the best local talent we have in Louisiana, and we got a lot of great talent for people to check out. The Rocket, we got the MS6 Heavyweight Champion Christian Blake, Trucker Jones, Mexican Giant. We got the Insane Machine Cody Hawkins. We got a whole lot of great talent and a lot of great shows, guys and gals, on Sports Entertainment Tonight. If you want to check out more information on each of the promotion, you can go to Facebook on Facebook.com/Mid-South Extreme. That's XTREME, Mid-South Extreme, and Facebook.com/Gulf Coast Wrestling to find out when and where Mid-South Extreme and GCW will be in your area.
And yeah, I saw. I mean, y'all do places like Abbeville, and it's just all local shows.
Yeah, it's like it's the indie territory. I love it. You know, it's people around here, much they love wrestling, they needed to, help out their territory, indie territories.
Well, and I tell you what, a lot of people in this area remember going back to the Heyman Center to watch those old shows, and in the indie scene, I guess I guess we had our territories back in the day, But I think people would really enjoy it, at least all of the wrestling fans, because it's a much more intimate experience, and you're right up close, And I'm sure you guys kind of get a little more extreme than what the talent has to do when they have to work 300 shows a year, you know. So.
Oh yes, definitely. But here's the thing. So we always prepared, and accidents do happen, and accidents can happen. So
sure.
we always take the best and safety precautions. We always got the guardrails out there, and we make sure that our audience stays safe.
That's good.
And who is y'all's champion right now?
Currently, for Mid-South Extreme, we have the leader of the movement, Christian Blake, as the MS6 Heavyweight Champion. He's currently in a feud with Trucker Jones. Coming up soon on WGS TV, Trucker Jones
like them a lot.
will actually cash in his rematch clause against Christian Blake for the MS6 Heavyweight Championship in a last man standing match. That matchup will be coming soon on WGS TV and Mid-South Extreme on Facebook, so fans, be sure to look for that.
Yeah.
Great. So you post the videos of the matches on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Fantastic. And so, yeah, folks, if you want to find information on getting tickets, on where you can go to actually get to these shows, then, look up for it on Facebook, Mid-South Extreme Gulf Coast Wrestling.
Yeah, y'all can probably scream, Mid-South Extreme.
And, Billy, you want to tell us a little bit about your show? You say you also have a YouTube show as well.
Yeah.
Yes, WGS TV, wrestling talk with awesome gameplays, guys. It's a combination of good wrestling talk on each show and playthroughs of the latest and greatest in video games. Currently, right now, working on The Walking Dead Season 2, which is an absolutely phenomenal. Season 1 was an amazing experience to play, and I can't wait to get further into Season 2. And also coming up, The Wolf Among Us will also be coming to my YouTube channel as well. So be sure you guys and gals look for that on youtube.com/WrestleGamer. That's WGS TV.
Great. Well, being that you're into the games, what do you think of the 2K15 that's coming out for WWE?
Yeah.
I'm actually really looking forward to it, especially with the announcement of the new My Career mode. It looks very, very interesting to see.
But it says it's not going to be for PS3. Like, me and you are talking, and both me and you have a PS3. They just said it's just going to be for PS4.
Well, I think the better graphics are going to be for PS4, but you can still get it for PS3.
But I'm getting the pre-order to get Sting,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. So, man, I think the graphics look amazing. Obviously, I have a PS3 as well. But
one day, like maybe a Christmas episode or a New Year's episode or Thanksgiving episode, maybe I could bring my PlayStation. We could get the bigger multimedia thing and play a little tournament. People.
Which it's been a while since I played. One thing about the wrestling games, well, at least the last one I had was the one the CM Punk was on. I guess that was 2K13 or something. Yeah. But I couldn't figure out how to kick out. It's like the little bar went out, and so.
I'm gonna teach you.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm old school. I'm up, down, left, right, BA select start. If y'all didn't know, that's Contra code for 30 lives.
WrestleFest and Attitude and Warzone. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, it's been great having you, and feel free to call in any time. We have some good wrestle talk.
Yeah, we want to do a different show today, and you were great, filling in. Thanks so much, Billy.
Hey, no problem. You guys have a great day.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, bye.
Bye. Well, you heard it here, folks. Yeah. This is where you get your best.
Yeah, we switch it around, make it kind of great. Just
you gotta change it up sometime.
Yeah.
So we pretty much got most everything covered. Yeah. So we got a couple minutes left. Let's talk about. I wanted to talk a little more about the Intercontinental title being the first match.
Your boy, your bromance guy, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
Nick Fuqua is a mark for Dolph Ziggler.
I think he's a quality wrestler.
Yeah.
But I would just think that they could lift the titles up, because a lot of people are saying, the mid-card titles are Bobo and they're not doing a good job with them. Well, if you made it the main event of Raw.
So too. Dolph Ziggler's up.
If you have a championship match, you need to have it as the main event.
Good worker, the best workers or Intercontinental champion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, that about wraps up our time, folks. We've got about a minute left. We want to thank you for joining in. If you'd like to watch our show on YouTube, why don't you subscribe to the AOC channel? So all you got to do, go to YouTube. You type in the search AOC Lafayette. Okay, that should be one of your top 3 little choices that you get. Go to videos, and then you can see us. We've got about 3 shows on there right now. We've got over 200 views, which is kicking some butt as far as AOC local show. We haven't hardly done any promotion. What can you say? So we want to thank AOC for having us. I want to thank Mark for inviting me to come do the show. And
thanks to Billy, and check out Mid-South Extreme. Support your local indie wrestling. And see you later.
We love you. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Sports Entertainment Tonight. Mwah.